Change doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't come from one grand decision. It begins in the smallest moments, the choices we make every single day. It's in the decision to wake up a little earlier, to take care of our health, to replace self-doubt with self-belief. These may seem like insignificant actions, but over time, they shape the direction of our lives. We often look at successful people and think they made one life-changing decision that transformed everything. But the truth is, their success was built on daily habits, on showing up even when they didn't feel like it, on making small improvements consistently, on choosing discipline over comfort. It wasn't motivation that got them there. It was commitment to the little things that no one else saw. The problem is, most of us underestimate the power of small changes. If we don't see immediate results, we assume nothing is working and we give up too soon. But just like drops of water carved through stone over time, our daily habits shape our future in ways we cannot yet see. So ask yourself, what small choice can you make today that will bring you closer to the life you want? Because transformation isn't waiting for you in the future. It is hidden in the small decisions you make right now. We all tell ourselves the same story: I will start tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next month, and before we know it, years have passed and we are still standing in the same place, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the right mood, waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. But here's the truth: the perfect moment does not exist. We hold ourselves back with the idea that change should feel effortless, that there will be a day when we wake up and suddenly feel ready. But readiness is a myth. If we keep waiting for life to arrange itself perfectly before we take action, we will stay exactly where we are. And isn't that the real tragedy? Not that we failed, but that we never even started. Think about the opportunities you have already let slip away because you told yourself it wasn't the right time. The book you wanted to write but never did. The healthy lifestyle you wanted to adopt but kept postponing. The dream you buried under the weight of excuses. And why? Because you believed that waiting would make it easier. But waiting does not make things easier, it makes them harder. The longer we delay, the more we convince ourselves that change is impossible. Willing to go through the discomfort of breaking old habits and building new ones. The first few days of waking up earlier will feel exhausting. The first few workouts will feel painful. The first few times you challenge negative thoughts, your mind will resist. It will tell you to go back to what is easy, to what you have always known. But this is where change begins, when you refuse to listen to the voice that tells you to quit. Think about a butterfly struggling to break free from its cocoon. The struggle is painful, but it is necessary. Without it, the butterfly would never develop the strength to fly. The same is true for us. The discomfort we feel when breaking bad habits, when stepping into something new, is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that we are growing. So embrace the discomfort, let it be proof that you are moving forward. Because staying the same is easy, but it comes at a cost, the cost of never knowing who you could become. We often fear change because we think it will be difficult. We convince ourselves that breaking bad habits, stepping into the unknown, and pushing beyond our limits will be too hard. But do you know what's even harder? Regret. Regret is looking back at your life and realizing you had the chance to grow, but you stayed the same. It is knowing that you had the ability to change, but fear stopped you. It is remembering all the times you said, "I'll do it tomorrow," until you ran out of tomorrows. The pain of discipline lasts only for a moment, but the pain of regret lingers for a lifetime. Waking up early might be hard, but waking up years later wishing you had tried is even harder. Pushing yourself to be better might feel exhausting, but living with the regret of wasted potential is far more painful. Every day we make a choice: the temporary discomfort of change or the permanent weight of regret. One will push us forward, the other will hold us back. And while change may feel uncomfortable now, regret will always feel heavier. So ask yourself, what will I choose today? Will I choose the challenge of growth or the burden of knowing I could have done more? Because the pain of effort fades, but the pain of regret stays with us forever. We often think of the future as something distant, something that will come to us when the time is right. We imagine that one day things will fall into place and we will finally become the person we dream of being. But the truth is, the future is not something that happens to us. It is something we create one decision, one action, one habit at a time. If we continue living each day the same way, how can we expect our future to be any different? The person we become 5 or 10 years from now is not shaped by a single big decision. It is shaped by the small choices we make every single day. The way we spend our mornings, the words we speak to ourselves, the habits we allow to define us, all of these things add up and determine where we end up. Imagine planting a seed. You cannot expect it to grow into a strong tree overnight. You must water it, nurture it, and be patient. The same is true for change. The results will not appear instantly, but every action you take is planting the seeds for the future you want. The problem is, too many of us stop watering our dreams because we don't see immediate results. We give up before we give ourselves a chance to grow. But if you want to change your life, start by changing today. Start by making one small choice that brings you closer to where you want to be. Start by letting go of the idea that change happens someday, because someday is not a day on the calendar. The only day you have control over is today, and what you do today will shape every tomorrow that follows. Change is not something that happens overnight. It is not waiting for us in the future, nor is it hidden in some distant perfect moment. Change begins here in this moment with the choices we make today. It is built in the small habits we commit to, in the courage to step outside our comfort zones, in the decision to stop waiting and start doing. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. Yes, there will be days when you feel like giving up. But remember, this growth is always uncomfortable before it becomes rewarding. The challenge of change is temporary, but the regret of not trying lasts forever. So ask yourself, are you ready? Ready to break the cycle, to embrace discomfort, to take responsibility for your future? Because everything you have ever dreamed of is not as far away as you think. It is waiting for you on the other side of consistency, courage, and commitment. You are capable, you are strong, and most importantly, you are in control of the life you create. So take that first step, because the only thing standing between you and your best self is the decision to begin. Good luck on your journey, and thank you.